Hopefully, this is the song that Manchester United fans all over the world will be singing. Come tomorrow, the 25th day in the month of May 2024. After decimating the likes of Manchester City for the 2023-2024 FA Cup. The likes of Marcus Rashford is back. Antonio Martial has vowed to give his last dance the white, as well as Rafael Varane. And not forgetting, he's a long-term partner, Argentina centre-back Alessandro Martinez. These two have vowed to bring the trophy back to Old Trafford. Not forgetting Luke Shaw. He's in contention to play at the left back. Yes, they will be going to Wembley come tomorrow, but will their visits to Wembley be successful, or it will end in another defeat? Pep Guardiola's Manchester City boys are set to spill more damage to Eric Ten Hag. On the show this evening, you know how it is. I am not alone. Let the guys do their thing before we welcome you officially.
Okay, guys, you know what it is. It's time to talk sport, and sports is what we do for a living, okay? From now to 5 p.m., extravaganza, pulsating, interactive sport gist on the top of your mic and your speakers, okay? Like it did say, it's Man City derby, Man United versus Manchester City. Would it be 3 in a row? That's the big question. Or would there be a change in the rulership in Manchester? We'll talk about that as well on the show. We'll look at the NWFL games going on at the Samson Siasa Stadium in Yenagua. Bayelsa State will preview the game. The Golden Eagles will play in the Côte d'Ivoire in the semi-finals of the WAFL B under 17 championship. And I tell you, all this and more. Transfer market, the coaches' merry-go-round continues. We'll bring you up to speed with the latest happenings. Don't touch that dial.
Sport Bishop, is it going to be a United City or a city that is disunited this weekend?
Come on. I just hope the noisy neighbors get louder. Maybe. But anyway, guys, we're not the only one in the studio. Come on, we've got our friend, our partner. Come on. What a great guy to talk. What a great day to talk sports.
Before he joins us, come on, let's let you know why you are on the show. Alright, welcome to the last edition on the show, Sport Lounge. It comes your ways every Mondays to Fridays at exactly 4 p.m. on your super duper sensational amazing radio dial, Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. My name is Franklin Imona, the one you love to call Uncle Fine Boy, the sports chef, because I love to give you hot and juicy, fantastic sports stories all across the globe, even when it is happening at Okpekpe, not forgetting Ukwila. As long as it is a sport, we will definitely get you into the nitty-gritty. And of course, you just heard the man. He is
the sport bishop, the magistrate, the pilot, the prophet, the professor, Nonso Arizichi, reporting for duty.
Just like he did announce that we've got a man. He makes a return after making his debut on the show. He joins us this evening, and this guy is ready to roar into the microphone. Good to have you, Mr. Poor.
Good evening, sport fans. Welcome to Sport Lounge. Wow, it's going to be exciting as usual. Good evening, Sport Bishop. Thanks for having me once again. Let's roll.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
He says that let's roll. Sport Bishop, of course, we are on YouTube, aren't we?
Absolutely. You can follow us on YouTube on Voice of the People, now the 6.1 FM live. You will see us live on YouTube, and you can listen to us, like I always say, anywhere in the world, in Afghanistan, Uzbekistan. You can go as far back as even Samaria, if you can get there. I tell you, just get on your Radio Garden app, Voice of the People, and the 6.1 FM Abuja. Voila, we'll be live in your speakers.
Absolutely. And with that, we get into the show proper. And of course, I will begin from the local scene, but this time let's come to the FCT, the seat of power, the seat of excellence, and of course, the city that has every state combined together, known as the United City, Abuja. Of course, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Let's go to the National Assembly Sport Bishop, where we hear that the Commissioner for Sport is not happy. He's not a happy man. Chairman, also Committee on Sport, Honorable Ekene Adams, have said that the Ministry of Sport Development, Senator, the minister, actually, that his ministry, they have not been transparent, they have not been sincere, and they have not been up to speed rather, in terms of accountancy and transparencies in their dealing. The lawmaker representing Chikona Kajuru Federal Constituency in Kaduna State says the House Committee on Sport has expressed a lot of his strain with its dealing with the minister, saying that he was appointed more especially because he was a former lawmaker, but the minister has not reciprocated with a good level of transparency. Now, Honorable Ekene did accuse the minister and the ministry of not remitting the money given to them, billions of naira to the various federations in preparations for major competitions like the Commonwealth, like the Olympics and other competitions, that every time these federation uses money from their own purse to take care of their athletes instead of the money given to them by the federal government. He says, and I quote, the Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led government prioritized transparency and accountability in allocation of funds, and the intervention funds for the Olympic Games should follow the same procedure by involving the National Assembly in the scrutiny of the funds. This will ensure that the athletes, coaches and presidents of the federations benefit from the fund. He went for that to say 80% of the national sport federations don't get a dime from the funds allocated to them in the budget in each calendar year, and this money amounts to billions of naira. Sport Bishop, this is a strong allegation, and we await the minister to reciprocate or respond to this allegation.
And that's why I think to me it's raising too much dust ahead of the Paris 2024.
Why you think so?
Exactly. The focus should be on Nigeria preparing for the games and not who gets who and who doesn't get who. We all know it's good to clean the house. You know, I'm a big fan of accountability. Why not speak straight to the minister and get him to up his game? Then come out. You know, he said yesterday when he said no, that he thinks the minister hasn't been done so well, and then he called for the Olympic Committee, that is the NOC, to invite them to the House of Representatives, and then today he's talking about how. He said they've not received in a year. How long has Senator John Owano stayed? Not up to a year. Don't forget, the first 2-3 months of his tenure, he kept on saying he hasn't received a dime from the federal government, and that's why he was trying to invade some of the activities to avoid, and that's why he gave kudos to this federation, clearly the likes of volleyball, saying that despite getting nothing from the sport ministry, they keep running their sport. And even Nimrod was saying this man has got plans for Nigerian sport. Talking about Nimrod, Musa Nimrod, engineer, the president of the Volleyball Federation. But unfortunately, the man is cash strapped. Is Ekene Adams saying that this money has finally come to him and he has not disbursed them? Or is it still trying to blame the ministry for the sins of the past administration? That's the big question. I think these are two. Don't forget, Senator John Wayne is formerly a lawmaker. He could put a call to him and have him sit down and have a chit chat on how things to be done. He said 80% in a year, and the man has not even stayed in a year.
Perhaps there were some competitions that Nigeria did attend in the last few months, talking about the AFCON, talking about
his issue here is this. Now, the minister has nothing to do with the AFCON. What he's complaining is that he sees athletes going for qualifiers for Olympic Games
with their own money
from the federation instead of the sport ministry, because anything Olympic, whether it is the under 23s, but whether it's Sport Falcons like those games they played in Nigeria,
or the dream teams,
Paris, it should be sponsored not by the NFF,
of course,
but by the sport ministry. So he said that this money allocated to these athletes for in wrestling, in tennis,
they don't receive it.
Getting to them. If there is there's a blockage, that is where I should have spoken to him, sir. We thought this money has been allocated for the qualifiers.
What is going
on? The Olympics is less than 2 months ago. This money should be going around right now for those who are going through qualifying round, like Result, and he just qualified. Result of Loba and some other athletes just qualified at the Bahamas.
Same as Aruna Kodri for tennis.
That's tennis as well. So are they really getting the money they need when they're going for qualification tournament? Not like the WTT contender, that's not important. But the qualification tournament that took place in Kigali, Rwanda, are they giving their money? And that's the issue. So if there's a problem, unfortunately, the athletes have not cried out. Maybe we know why, for the sake of not being blacklisted. But the truth remains, I think you can have this conversation with the minister and clear the table instead of coming out now. Right now, what it brings is bad blood. Maybe the players are now saying it's true. They lose focus. Before you know, there's a fight around money issue, and then all of a sudden we go for the Paris Olympic game, and it's a shambolic disaster. My own is about the performance at the Olympics. Not that, see, it's good to raise the dust, it's good to clear the air. I'm one who believe in accountability. But this could have been done maybe after the Olympics when they have $1. It's not like, oh, Minister of Sport, the Olympics is done. Come and give an account of how you spent the money for the pre-Olympic qualifiers and the Olympic qualifiers in general. I think it's screaming too early. And this may give a allow the sport minister to do something quickly. And if he has any issues in his hands, if he has.
Definitely, there are ways that these issues ought to have been followed instead of calling the minister to the National Assembly and laying those allegations bare when you have not made your findings, when you do not have evidence. Rather, it is hearsay.
Even if he has evidence, there are better ways to do it. There are better way to do it.
That's the point, actually.
Bringing the press. Come on, man. The press.
It is
you know what the press does.
I do not want to call it that it is a show of power, try to impress. I don't want to conclude on that, but what I believe is that all of these things has diplomacy in terms of ironing issues as this.
The end winner should be the sport itself. You know, as our sport improved, how well did the girls and the boys perform at the Olympics? Did we win 50 gold medals? If we did, we cannot say, oh, this was really. Let's see. You cannot kill a child while he's still misbehaving. Allow you finish misbehaving, and then you ask him, okay, now you have misbehaved. Thank you very much. Well, this is your punishment. He's still misbehaving. I say,
definitely, we will invite Mr. Paul to say something on this news I'm about to break concerning the WAFU Under-17 Championship. From the updates we are getting all the way from Accra, Ghana, as it that there have not been a change of time in terms of the semi-finals. We hear that the first semi-final between Ghana and Burkina Faso will go down at 5 p.m. Ghana time and 6 p.m. Nigerian time. Previously, Nigeria against Ivory Coast was supposed to be for 7 p.m. Nigerian time, 6 p.m. Ghanaian time. We hear that it has now been adjusted to 8 p.m. Ghana time and 9 p.m. Nigerian time. Yet again, the fixtures of the Golden Eaglet has now been altered. Let me come to you, Mr. Paul. Tomorrow, Nigeria Under-17 will be playing the semi-final against the young babies of Ivory Coast. What do you think about this game? What do you expect these boys to do going by the 3-0 victory against Togo in the last game?
Totally, I expect them to come, like, give their best, just like they did in the last match. If you saw the game against Togo,
I did see the game.
Yeah, we have some lads that showed they are ready for this tournament. We saw Adeleke with Braze. He almost got an hat-trick, but he missed the penalty.
Absolutely.
So we expect them to come out against the baby lions, the baby elephants of Cote d'Ivoire. We expect them to the tactics have to be right. The whole play, like, they have to just know that we are here for the win.
Absolutely.
And not too much. Remember, their great form from the beginning of the group. So they should go on with that and keep soaring.
I kept soaring. 2 wins from 3 games, 2 wins, 1 draw. They will be facing a Cote d'Ivoire that loves to drink goals. I say drink, they love to consume goals, because the first lineup is as open as whatever you want to think about. But the team knows how to score when it comes to bearing those chances. But Sport Bishop, 9 p.m. Nigerian time. Don't you think it's too late for these guys?
8 p.m. local time.
9 p.m. Nigerian time.
They have to see. One way you come to a tournament, the first thing you need to do is reshape. Reshape to the new weather you're getting into.
These are under 17.
Fortunately, they become professional. This is how you start. They are playing.
Isn't it too harsh?
I think the weather is not too bad compared to what we have here. 9 p.m. is not a bad. It's not a bad one. I think for me, the boys should be ready. They are young lads. They want to have a career in football. and these are the testing waters. I'm quite disappointed with Ghana. I'll be sincere with you with the fact that they keep changing the timing of games. This is not a I wanted to say something. I wanted high reputation. This is not a Sunday football. You know, this is the WAFU, the biggest tournament in the
West Africa.
Absolutely, in this side of Africa. And then so you change the game for the. You take us to a pitch that looks like more like a rice farm. I think if I put Paul to play in that pitch, he will stop his career of playing football and play.
He will pick up injury.
No, he wouldn't want to play. He will go into playing Ludo. Now other games you can to at least to stay alive. And then the rain falls and the place is waterlogged, and you have to shift the game to the next day. And in the next day, you have to shift the game for another hour and 10 minutes. What's going on? He said there was no plan. They did not put in the plan. They did not put the weather into consideration. This is how the big boys out there do this thing, and that's why you hardly see games being cancelled. I think for me, it's more. To me, it's not about the timing. It's about the psychology of the plan. When you plan, oh, we have a game by so time. They're not tell you, sorry, we are shooting the game by an hour or two. Are they going to be, how mentally prepared are they to switch off? You know, is they to switch off and not be able to switch on? And that's the issue for me. But I believe in Bukaro Garba and the boys. When we talked to Frank's Archie, probably was talking yesterday, and he was quite happy that the boys were good to go. So I just want to believe that the form they picked up before they left Nigeria, and especially with that 3-0 victory against Togo last time out, they should be able to soar high past the elephant. The elephant may stomp. But I think we've got a good team. Clayton Simon, Adeleke Abdulmuniz, Rafa Adams, Abdulmuniz, Ladeji. We've got some good boys, and with the way they are playing, the sky is the stepping stone.
Definitely, the sky is the stepping stone. All right, let's move it to the camp of the Super Eagles and see how these players are preparing, even though the list have not been made public. But we want to see if we can get one man talking about the Super Eagles player commission. Coordinator, thank you for that one. And yes, he joins us live on the show, Mr. Patrick Pasca. Good evening, Mr. Patrick Pasca. Welcome to. Good evening. Can you hear us?
Listen, it's making sound now. I know they hear anything.
Hello. Good evening.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, it seems that we end the call. Let's see if we can establish connection with him, and we hope that the network is friendly with us. Trying to establish a connection with Mr. Patrick Pasca, the Super Eagles player match commissioner, coordinator
of the Super Eagles, team coordinator.
I seem to always get that wrong.
Like rain is falling inside this. I know they hear anything.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear us?
Another day. I know they hear anything.
Wow. Oh wow, this is really
really so come on, the network playing a fast one and us. Okay, we would see how we can get to maybe some other time. But let's talk about the Super Eagles. We're looking at the games coming up against Benin Republic and of course the Bafana South Africa at the Gospel Akpabio Stadium in Abuja. Come to you, Paul. The list is not yet out. You know we have some injury worries here and there. What kind of team are you expecting from the first team from Finidi George?
I'm expecting the best.
So what kind of players would you like to see?
We want to see like a blend of the international boys and the local boys, especially those who are in form and playing regularly in their teams. So that's just what we expect, and the emphasis should be on those who are really playing for their club side. We expect them to give the best as usually, like they always do. We have Nigerian players who are doing great in their club sides. We have Ademola Lukman, who just helped his side Atalanta to win their first European trophy. So we are looking at other exciting talent and opportunities to those who still want to. The door should still be open for anybody that wants to come in. Not like we don't and favoritism should not be the
What are the hopes of the local based Eagles? Because a lot of people are saying they blend of the local. I keep hearing they blend of the local. What kind of players? Because like I said, the players right now we're on a 1 month break. They'll be returning back to the pitch of play on Sunday to complete the season. I think 4 more games left to go in the Nigerian Premier Football League. What kind of players do you expect? You he coached Eimba, and if he picks much of the players from Eimba, people are like, oh, he's going back to the team that he coached. But what kind of player? What do you expect? Do you think you should go with more of the foreign-based player, or to how many local-based players do you think should be in the list?
To be honest, I'll just say, let's just go with let him do the job.
Okay.
Like it shouldn't be like he's forced to
pick local best players.
pick local boys.
Okay.
Whatever works for him, he should go ahead with that. I know he has some of the boys in Aimba
Yeah.
that
knows.
he knows because they play beautiful football. I saw some of the matches of Aimba. I'm like, is this team from Nigeria?
Yeah.
They play exciting football. So I know some of the boys.
All right, it seems we have Mr.
Okay.
Patrick Pascal back on the line. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Absolutely. Good to have you join us on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right. Quickly, so we want to know the updates from the coach as well as his assistant coaches. Any hope for the list for the Super Eagles to be unveiled soon?
You mean to unveil the assistant coach?
No,
What is?
the Super Eagles League. Any hope? When likely are we going to get a list for the Super Eagles ahead of the game
Against South Africa and Benin Republic.
Yeah, but they have unveiled the coach already,
Yes.
and then the list of the players that he will call very soon, maybe today, tomorrow.
Okay.
Definitely, maybe it's coming out, and then it's something that the coach has said. Yeah, if you had this press conference that he had yesterday,
Yeah.
he said some players are injured, so he's trying to see, who is going out and who is coming in. So it's a very simple thing. Definitely, we are going to see the list maybe this week by the special grace of God.
Okay. You've worked with Finidi George for some time now. He as an assistant coach of the team. What should Nigerians be expecting for Finidi George in these games coming up? Talking about the World Cup qualifiers later next month.
Yeah, even him, he said victory, of course. Victory is all what everybody is praying for. And then now he's the head coach. And all our support, and then he needs the support of Nigerians. Because of one, is that he is the head coach of the team. And then normal, if they gave you the job, the first thing that is inside of your mind is to have a success and victory. That's the first thing in everybody's mind when you got this kind of job. So even us here, I am a Nigerian. I'm not a South Africa or a Ghanaian that I will say that let them come. We are going to beat them. That's what is inside. You have to work with positive mind, in this business. So you work with positive mind. That's it. So no coach in the whole world that you give him job today and he will tell you that I'm going to lose the next 3-4 matches. They will sack you now.
Absolutely.
They will even sack you before they give you even your letter of appointment.
Absolutely.
So that's the truth. Yeah, so every coach work with positive mind. You understand? Likewise, we that we are even close to him, that's our mission, working with that positive mind. And that shows that you are a professional person.
Absolutely. As the Super Eagles team coordinator, should we be expecting any new players for the list, or better still, any local-based players from the professional league?
No, like you people are press people, media. You people should try, to even help the league in Nigeria, where we are seeing officiating, some are not good, and then at the end of the day, how can you call a player to the national team? But now we are seeing good football from outside country. Everybody is seeing the football clear, officiating is very clear, everything. But we thank God this season, of the league, the things has changed seriously. Whereby the officiating and some of the other referees that they did not comply. Some of them
They were sanctioned.
gone.
They were sanctioned, suspended.
Yes. So that's it. So let me tell you, if we want to see league players in the national team, then we have to go back to drawing board where everything, the officiating, the coaches, they will do their job. So from there, definitely we get players to the national team. But now, you and I, when they call player, you say, nobody those player where the free they help them. So that's it. But now, even during our time that we are playing, let me tell you something. Nobody help us. And then if we go out from this league to outside country, you go out to the main team there.
Absolutely.
That will be playing main team. So now, why are our players, if they go out, they cannot enter the main team there. They will be on transit. You understand? Maybe playing with Team B, and then later, they graduate to...
They go for trials.
The main team.
Yeah.
And then even they will call you for trial. Which one will be trial again? If you are playing Nigerian League, let me tell you, we have the talent. We have everything. But the truth is that we need to tell ourselves the truth. If those that they don't want to repent in officiating, they need to go. And then allow people that they will take this football where players will see a very good future, and then coaches too will see a very good future. So that's what we want. Now, we are talking about 8 of the players from South Africa are playing at home. They are playing at home. So now we are importing 25 players.
Wow.
So now, is there not something that our the side of people that they are killing the league, they're supposed to wake up and say, oh no. Let us help and build the league. Let us support the NPFL. NPFL are doing very well, this time around. They are putting a lot of money, even packaging, even the match commissioners, the referees, they increase small amount, that you can get it, and then before you go, you get your money. You understand? Those things are very good. So, but those that they don't want to repent in our officiating this thing in Nigeria, they are drawing us back. They are drawing us back.
All right, sir.
So if the league is good, definitely you will see some players in the national team.
And then finally, this is a question in the mind of so many Nigerians. Oh, what kind of football will Nigeria be playing? Would it be defensive count? Come on. The below of question. Are we going to continue from the Jose Peseiro style of play? What is style of play Nigeria should be expecting come the start of the qualifiers next month?
Which one be defensive again? Are you you start match before defending? Which one you defend?
Under our previous coach, Coach Jose Peseiro, Nigerian believes
World Cup qualifier is no time for anybody. You need to move. You need to get the point that you're supposed to have. Gather the point. Let me tell you something. Qualifier is different from playing main competition.
True.
Some people don't know. Because of now, if you are in the main competition, what you are praying is that let me qualify to another stage. But when you are qualifying now for World Cup, there is no time to waste. If you don't get point, somebody will take go. So which one be defending? Who are you defending there? Is to bombard them. Is to go and bombard them. That guy did. No matter what, if you want to get result, you must go and bombard the people there. Your opponent. Because if you don't bombard them, definitely, how can you score goals? So it's very hard. So the coach talk about that. Even him, he said that normal is going. He's a winger. So he will play very well, good attacking football. That's what he said.
Absolutely. It's indeed a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you, the team coordinator for the Super Eagles, Mr. Patrick Pascal.
Thank you very much, my brother. God bless.
All right, and you just heard from the Super Eagles team coordinator. I wonder why I keep mentioning it. Maybe the commissioner thing is just... Indeed, he have said it all. We expect a total dominance from a coach, Finidi Georgia, when they take on the pitch against South Africa and Benin Republic. Quickly, guys, before we step out of the building for our first commercial break, let's come down to the CAF Champions League that will be going down this weekend between Al Ali of Tunisia and Esperanza Sportiva. Al Ali of Egypt, I beg your pardon, and Esperanza Sportive of Tunisia. We heard that just 2 hours, the sales of ticket for that game was completely sold out.
Yeah.
Sport Bishop, does this tell us anything about African football?
It tells us that football is getting better. It tells us that North Africa are in charge of our football, whether we like it or not. And it tells us that football is made in the north of Africa. They've got the best stadiums, the best fans, and you can see it. Come on, this barely how many days to the final, and we're hearing that it's already sold out. So if you're looking for tickets right now, you can't even get tickets. Instead, you're buying at an inflated price. So it's a good news we're hearing.
So no black market.
Good news we're hearing. But before we take that break, at the NWFL quickly, I'll read out the result because of time. Goalless draw between Rivers, Bayelsa Queens and Heartland Queens. Rivers United were 2-0 better than Conference Queen. Chiamaka Okuchukwu scoring the 78th and 89th minute. And as at halftime, it was Edo Queens nil, Nasarawa Amazons nil. We'll get you up to speed with the full time. Don't forget, the fixtures for the men's and female Federations Cup is up and running. I gave it out of the men in the morning. In the female, we have Bayelsa versus Nasarawa Amazons, Danas Ladies versus Remo Stars, Abia Angels take on Nigeria Tales, Heartland Queens versus FC Robo, Kwara will take on Delta Queens, Sunshine Queens take on Honey Badgers, Oshunbe will take on Confluence Queens, and Edo Queens take on Rivers Angels. Those games we played on the 29th of this month.
Alright, so let's go on this a commercial break. When we return, we will be moving straight to the foreign scene. It's all about the FA Cup. It will be going down tomorrow. Will it be the blue moon that will shine after the game, or it will be Manchester United decimating and dominating the entire England with their win? Welcome back to the show. This is the second half on your biggest, I dare say, sport show, Sport Lounge, that comes your ways every Mondays to Fridays at exactly 4 p.m. The sport crew of A Voice of the People 96.1 FM will make sure that your evening time is always complete. With me, Uncle Fine Boy, the sport chef, and
the sport bishop, the magistrate, the pilot, the prophet, the professor, none so Arinteche.
And of course, our guest in the studio, Mr. Paul. Together, we have been giving you scintillating sport presentation cuts across every part of Africa. And now we are set to move to the foreign scene. And where should we stop? If not at Wembley. Voice of the People 96.1 Abuja, or VOP 961 Abuja is our YouTube handle. Do well to go there, like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can be part of the sporty family. And of course, just like we did say earlier, we are streaming live on our Radio Garden app, so you will not be left out. It will be going down tomorrow at Wembley, where Manchester United and Manchester City will play a repeat of the FA Cup. Results that went the way of Manchester City when they faced in this same competition at the same stage in the final, where Manchester City showed class to win Man United by 2-1 and end their season with the treble. But it's looking like Manchester United, they are fired for this one. Earlier, it was the Man United captain Bruno Fernandes who penned an emotional letter to Manchester United fans all across the globe, telling them to get behind them. Mr. Paul, who do you want to get behind tomorrow? Do you want to get behind Manchester City or Man United, or you want to get behind good football?
Absolutely. I think the whole football fans all over the world who want to get behind good football, we're expecting nothing less than good football tomorrow. Under Guardiola, Pep Guardiola, we have seen City been playing possession football and exciting football. Like, they want to play, they want to own the game. We have seen them time without number, even against the greatest opponent. So tomorrow, I'm not expecting less. They are going to come all out. They have the attacking prowess of Erling Haaland with 52 goals. We're expecting him to deliver tomorrow as well. And in the pivoting area, where we have sensational players as Rodri and playmaker as Kevin De Bruyne. So we're expecting exciting football from them. But to be honest, I think Manchester United, I just hope they won't be affected about based on all the news that is circulating about the new coaches, talking to this coach, or if Ten Hag is going to be sacked, if he's going to continue. I hope that would
be a
distraction. So we are expecting to see Manchester United capitalize, and maybe Manchester City through the counter, they will just, like, that's what I'm expecting. But to be honest, Manchester United, we aim to explain the City's eye line with quick counter attack, like I said, leveraging. If I don't know if Rashford is going to play tomorrow, I don't know.
He will be there.
But if Rashford is going to play,
depends
tomorrow,
whether he's going to start or come from the bench.
I think if Rashford starts, it would be great for them. Not taking anything away from Garnacho, who's been exceptional too, just that he's been wasteful in front of goal most time. But we expect they are going to just, if if at like just play for the fans, because the fans has been behind them all season long.
Absolutely.
And also the ticket for the Europa sport that
it's
should
on
be
the line.
that
Should be a motivation for Man United.
motivation for Manchester United.
Absolutely.
Before you go ahead, let's talk about some of the players that would make could make the difference for Manchester United and Man City. We start off with Erling Haaland. We know him. He's the top scorer in the Premier League, like you said, with 38 goals, and he has done it 52 times this season. He could become the first player to score 40 plus in consecutive season. That is if he gets 2 goals tomorrow. Talking about Erling Haaland, he has been involved in 9 goals in 5 games against Manchester United, and 6 goals, 3 assists, more than any other team he has played against since he joined Manchester City. Bruno Fernandes as well could be a factor. He scored from the penalty spot for Man United in the last season's FA Cup final. He became the 5th player to score in the showpiece in 2 different years, after Brian Robson, Norman Whiteman, Matt Hughes, and Eric Cantona. And of course, De Bruyne, we can't take that away from him. He has assisted 3 times in the FA Cup finals, assisting Gabriel Jesus and both of Ike Gudaran last season. If he provides any more, he has the most assists in the FA Cup final than no player has more. You know, Oliver Giroud also has 3 as well in that one. So looking at Marcus Rashford, he has got 6 goals for Man United against Man City in non-competition. Only more against Leicester City and Liverpool with 8 and 7. So that could be a big guy you could watch out for. But as well, this one has to be for Phil Foden. He's the Premier League Player of the Year. He scored Foden has scored for Man City in both Premier League matches against Man United this season. In Manchester history, only 2 players have scored in 3 separate meetings within the same season. If they do it, then you have Dennis Voylett and Paul Scholes both doing so for the Red Devils. This time, it will be Man City who will be having the smile. So these are the players you can't be watching out for, because it's definitely going to be a big encounter. And we all know that Man City want to end the season with a double. To be sincere with you, I like saying anything is possible, anything can happen, but to be sincere with you, come on. We all know that the bookmakers will tilt towards Manchester City.
This is a Manchester derby where anything goes. This is a game where most Man United players will be kissing the club goodbye, and they also have lots of Man United players are returning. The likes of Mason Mount, the likes of Anthony Martial, not forgetting Rafael Varane, as well as Luke Shaw, Eriksen, and the likes will be back for Man United selection, Eric. And then Eric Ten Hag has come out to say that, look, for a very long time, I will be having a bench. Will this bench come handy for Man United? Only time will tell. 070-0010-961-961 070-0010-961-961. Well, indeed, I want to hear from you. Where do you think the pendulum of success will swing to? Man United have a route to playing in the Europa League come next season. They also have a route of challenging for the Community Shield if they win the FA Cup, as well as the future of Eric Ten Hag. It might be safe with this with a win against Manchester City. All right, guys, let's move away from the FA Cup and let you know that Barcelona now have a new coach. Xavi has finally been let go, and we hear that a German coach, Hansi Flick, has been appointed to be the man to be at the helms of affair for Barcelona in the next 2 years. A 2-year contract signed, sealed, and delivered, waiting for his unveiling. We hear that the unveiling might come as early as this weekend, following Xavi's last game against their opponent come later tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken, yes, tomorrow they will take on a certain let me quickly get that for you. They will be playing at their last game this Sunday. Weekend. This weekend, absolutely.
On Sunday against Sevilla.
Sevilla, yes, away from home. So it will be the last dance for Xavi in that one. Guys, finally.
We heard that the sack was done after he had a meeting with Laporte. And of course, that is Deco, the sporting director. We hear that he was persuaded to stay back, but Laporte became angry when Xavi started speaking to the public about their financial struggles. And it angered Laporte, and they finally made a decision.
More like a betrayal.
Come on. Yes, we all know they are struggling, but for the coach to be the one talking about it during the press conference, telling people that they cannot compete with Real Madrid in the next 5-6 seasons.
That's what I mean by betrayal.
It tells a lot of stories. So, but yeah, he's going to be leaving. 44-year-old is gone. Wait and see whether Hansi Flick, the 59-year-old German, will be the man to take over. We hear he's set to take over. But again, it still puts us in one big question. Is this a moving forward for Barcelona or moving backward? That's a big question. Hansi Flick is a good manager, but we saw him fail in the national team. We saw him do well with players, with top players in Bayern Munich. Does he have the quality of players that he would want at Barcelona at the moment? That's a big question here.
Without money to spend, it's going to be difficult. Let me talk to Mr. Paul. Finally, Bayern Munich have settled for a certain inexperienced Vision Company to be a new coach for the next few years. We hear that coaches also turned down the job, including a certain Ole Gunnar Solskjaer turning the job to be the coach of Bayern Munich. And finally, a company will be the man to lead the team. Do you see him dethroning the likes of Xavi Alonso come next season?
Only time will tell. Just like I said, no, excuse me, pardon me. For Vincent Kompany, I think is going to succeed in Bayern Munich.
Someone seems to buy my idea.
He's going to succeed because I've looked at this in all angles. I've seen that there is no blueprint on how to be a successful manager.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so like we've seen managers with no pedigree taking up a big side and delivering in the highest stage.
Give me one coach in the last 5 years who have taken on a big side and deliver.
Xavi Hernandez.
Xavi of Barcelona. He
He
delivered.
He won the La
Just a
Liga
minute.
in his,
Go on.
in his first full season.
Okay. After that, what happened?
They got that Champions League football. They didn't get it last time.
He got Barcelona to
For a club as mighty as Barcelona to be struggling winning one.
You're making it sound like he's stayed 3 years. This is just second season.
Yeah.
That is my
Full
point
season.
exactly. The inexperience of Xavi came to play in the second season, and that will be the undoing of a certain Vision Company. Is walking into one of the most successful club in the history of club football, both in Germany, both in Europe, and in the world entirely. And you look at the pedigree of Bayern Munich. They are seasonal winners. Every season they must win a trophy, and now, but Bayern Munich are in a crisis. Ended the season trophyless, and they will not be competing for their own version of the Community Shield come next season. And you look at Vincent Kompany, how experienced is he? I do not know. Will the players there respect him? Remember what happened to Chelsea and AVB. Do you think they will respect him enough to want to play according to his I want Paul to answer this in just a few seconds.
I think in the Bayern Munich side, there are few players that have achieved what Vincent Kompany has achieved.
Very few, yeah.
So that's, to me, that's a factor. If you are saying, I know team like Bayern Munich, they have players who are more than players. They are like institution on that teams. People, players like Thomas Müller and Manuel Neuer and the rest. I know. I know that would be like, but the only angle I would say, the only angle I'm tipping for him to like, if he's going to fail, if it's had to do with the board. Yeah. That's just it. But if he's
loyal to the board,
his attitude towards the board, he's an outspoken man. He's just like Xavi. He doesn't take it in. He lets. It's like he loves the press. He tells the press, he says it and as it is.
You know, football is not the way it was 20 years ago, 15 years ago, where we have lots of things that can go over the carpet. We now have players that will look coaches to their face and say, I will not play according to what you're saying. And there's nothing the coach will do. It's either the coach leaves or the club becomes in turmoil. Only time will tell. As for me, I wish a certain Vision Kompany all the best.
Also, we hear that Stefan Pioli, the coach of AC
Milan,
will be walking out of the club a year before his contract was due to expire. I don't know what they want from this man. This man won the league last season, right? If I'm not mistaken. And he's still playing Champions League football, but they want him on Liverpool.
Napoli won the league last season.
Last 2 seasons, they won
okay, 2 seasons ago.
Last season he got Champions League football. This season he's also got Champions League football.
Finishing second.
And they're expecting him to win the league every year.
Well, that is AC Milan for you, and that is what I mean by standard. When the standard is super high, this is the kind of thing that you will get. As for Chelsea, they are still in the merry-go-round of who will be their next coach. They are talking to this coach. In the next few hours, another name pops up, and they will open a talk with that coach. But I will keep you updated to let you know whom Chelsea will be settling in for finally as the days go by. All right, let's touch down tennis as we hear that Novak Djokovic has made a final preparation for the French Open, which ended when he lost in the Geneva Open semi-final to Czech world number 44, Thomas Maček. Now, the world number one, Novak Djokovic, who turned 34 this year, was beaten 6-4. Love 6-1, but it seems that he is up for the French Open despite the defeat at the Geneva Open. Sport Bishop, do you see this defeat as a setback for him, or it's just it's one of those things he will bounce back better?
It's just one of those things. These things happen in tennis, where you think you win and you don't win. But I think I'm happy for him. I think he's done the needful. Good one for Novak Djokovic and getting to the finals of the Geneva. But we'll come to Modi at some, but I think for Djokovic, for me, I think he plays better when he gets to the Grand Slams. And even though I think he's going to win in Geneva, the fact he played better.
He lost.
We have a French Open. French Open coming up earlier. Let's on Saturday, or Sunday, if I'm mistaken. And his eyes about winning that one. Don't forget, Rafael Nadal will be there. Djokovic will be there. Andy Murray will be there.
Carlos Alcaraz also.
So, and that's what I think is one eye on that one, and we'll see how well it goes for him in the French Open. For me, when it comes to all this mini ATP 500, ATP 1000,
you leave it for the boys like Andy Murray to go play.
It doesn't win.
Now let's talk about Andy Murray for a minute, as he has said that he is refusing to feel sorry for himself after he was knocked out from the last Open, talking about the Geneva Open. Yeah. But then he said he will be fit to compete for the French Open. Perhaps you think he'll be fit enough.
He has told you guys already that he's going to play in the Olympics. So if you like, say what you want to say. He has pointed out the tournament he wants to play and do his final hurry, and then he'll bow out. So I think he will be playing. He's got a big game against Wawrinka. The last time they met 4 years ago at this same competition, Wawrinka beat him. So he wants to change history if he's going to be in the second round of the competition. But he's got, unfortunately for him, he has a bad start. The same thing with Nadal. Nadal also has a bad start. He's playing the 4th seed Alexander Zverev as well. So we'll see how things pan out. But I'm really happy that tennis, the best players in tennis are going to be gathering for the Roland Garros.
Later tonight, it will be the return of the NBA as action will be resuming in the other game. Talking about the Indiana Pacers as they continue to see if they can extend their lead, or better still, if they will fall to their opponent over the weekend.
It's all about the Dallas Mavericks and, of course, the Minnesota Timberwolves. Right now, Dallas Mavericks lead by a game to 1 in game 1. We know he can get up to game 7. But yesterday, like we did talk about it, Boston Celtics as well took his second lead in that encounter. One man standing tall, no other than Jaylen Brown, scoring 40 goals to equal his best ever in a playoff game. Now winning that game 126 to 110, and giving his team a victory. Now they are 2 sets to North. All they need to do is win the next 2 games, or win 2 of the last
4 games.
Or 5 games if you could go to the
that is if Indiana Pacers probably get a win.
Exactly. So, but if they don't, just win the next 2 games, and they'll
into the finals.
The main final. So they become the champions. But they are champions already of the Eastern Conference, and they'll face the winners of the Western Conference, which is either Timberwolves or
Dallas Mavericks.
Absolutely.
That game will be coming up later tonight. Should it be tonight? Okay, yeah, later tonight. Of tomorrow, later tonight, Nigerian time.
Tomorrow morning, Nigerian time. Later tonight in the United States of America.
When you sleep at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., say it's in the night.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. This is the size of our show this evening. Amazing time we have with you.
Before we go, Giroud has officially said he will retire after the Euros, officially confirmed. And Tchouameni would miss the Champions League final, but we hear he could also miss the Euros proper with a foot injury.
Absolutely so sad for a certain Tchouameni, but a certain Camavinga is there, and of course it will be the last dance for Toni Kroos in the final. Join us at the same time all through next week, God willing, Mondays to Fridays at exactly 4 p.m. We will be back to talk more on sport, but of course our show continues tomorrow.
Absolutely.
3 p.m. on the show Sport Soccer Board. It's going to be 3 hours of non-stop sporting entertainment. We will be looking at the FA Cup finals live in the studio.
Also,
where do you want to be if not with us?
Absolutely. On Sunday to Super Sunday Sport Live. That's from 5 to 8 p.m. And I tell you, don't want to miss those ones, because I tell you, it's going to be epic. We're looking at all the fallouts from the FA Cup finals as well. We're looking at, of course, the last 2 leagues remaining. That's about the Italian Serie A and of course the Spanish La Liga. We're looking at those games extensively. Not forgetting, lots of things are happening. I tell you, the Golden Eagles will play. So the fallout will be happening on Sunday as we give you what you need to end your day and of course start up for Monday 8:30 a.m. for Sports Beats.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure talking sport with you, Mr. Paul.
Thank you, Mr. Franklin. It's nice. It's always nice talking.
I have to get the award.
All right, on behalf of Mr. Paul, the Sport Bishop, and I, we want to say,
We're done.
and we are gone.
God bless.
No stress. Of course, there's no girl like you, and of course, no dude like you. Enjoy these for the weekend.